Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Hey, Laura Stiles.
Hi.
So I was doing a show like, I don't know, 6 months ago for Homeboy Sandman.
And Kemba.
And Kemba, sorry. It was a Kemba show. That's right. Kemba had me do it. It's Kemba and Homeboy Sandman. And I was listening to the dude introducing people, and he was hilarious. So I was like, I walked out on stage, and I was like, I pulled him aside when he handed me the microphone. I was like, bro, you're funny. I don't know who you are. You are funny. And then I instantly followed him on Twitter and kind of looked up some of the stuff he had done. And his name is Jordan Temple, and he's here right now. How are you, Jordan?
Welcome, Jordan.
I'm well. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having
And
me.
you have a show coming up.
I do.
What's it called?
I have a play I wrote called Hidden Fences.
Yes.
Based off of the viral mistake that they made in
At the Golden
January.
Globes.
And also at the Academy Awards.
Happened
Right.
twice. That's right.
And I wrote an original play based on that mistake, inspired by that. The premise is Troy from Fences wants to be the first black man to hit a baseball into space, and the Hidden Figures want to do the math to help get it there.
It's so good.
And it's like a parody play. It's really ridiculous. We got some of the best cast members, best comedians in town.
Like who?
That part. Shalewa Sharp, Langston Kerman of HBO's Insecure, Carolina Teresa, who plays my wife, Mamadou Njai. We also have stand-ups like Janelle James and Nori Davis, who will be opening up the show.
Wait, so you wrote, you directed it, and you're starring in it too.
Yes, I play Denzel.
Wow, you're the Denzel part.
Yes.
That is amazing. So, what have you done up until? I know you wrote on
MTV's Decoded.
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 Yeah,
I wrote it
okay.
on all 4 seasons. Of,
Yes. Shout out to Francesca.
Yes, Francesca Ramsey. Yeah.
Who's very, very talented, and so you wrote on that. And how
Yes.
old are you?
28.
And you've just been grinding as a.
As a stand-up for 4 years in New York City, born and raised. Shout out to Ravenswood Projects. Poop, poop.
Are you really committed to denim?
Yeah, I like jean jacket. A little breezy outside, but a little warm.
I
so
mean,
have it.
denim jacket's a perfect combination. It's like, when it's like cold, not so
No,
cold
no.
outside.
I just had a very blue denim look today. I just didn't know what his level of commitment was.
Yeah.
And what made you want to be a comedian?
Well, my mom has a performing background. She's a actress, and she actually last year got her master's in applied theater. And I started out with rapping with a group called Up a Notch. They had a program called Epidemics at City College. So I always loved being on stage. I also did improv before I started stand-up, Upright Citizens Brigade. And I always,
UCB.
oh yeah,
UCB
good old
love.
UCB. I always wanted to just like make people laugh and just go nuts and just like have a good time on stage. I always loved writing the most. That's why I wrote this play. It's an extension of like stand-up. It's hard to stand out, especially in New York City. And yeah, I just wanted to have like an outgrowth of just these ideas I've had. I always wanted to.
Is this the first
comedy.
play that you've directed, written and starred in?
It's the first, it's the first
Wow.
play I've ever written.
This is a really great idea. I mean,
Pretty cool.
it does feel like, and you said how many shows is it? And they've already sold out, no?
Yeah, this will be the 4th show. The Littlefield show we had in April, I had 300 people. And then we had 2 shows in February that both sold out at the Creek and the Cave and the Pit, respectively.
It's a super cool idea and hilarious and taking advantage of something that lots of people were talking about in a really funny, creative way. There's a lot of inspiration, I feel like, in the world for comedians these days. When I saw you at that show, I think it was in between the election and the inauguration.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And it's an interesting time. People are very emotional. People are upset. How do you as a comic see the world right now, or just as a human being? Like when you watch Donald Trump on a day-to-day basis, what goes through your mind?
I kind of like to move away from politics. Like I think the politics starts with me, myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not offended by anything anyone could say. Or I see Trump saying crazy stuff, and then I also see people online on Facebook having political arguments and calling it drama. I'm just like, like Facebook to me is, people who call Facebook drama to me is like people who've never been in a fist fight. Like
Right.
I don't think Facebook is drama because I've been in a fist fight.
Right.
Like I'm from the projects. The only time I've seen words hurt someone is when I saw a girl get hit with a belt buckle that said Denise.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about
Right.
politics in the political sphere. Like honestly, it's just something that I kind of I always move to the funny first. That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
on my
yeah.
mind all the time.
With the success of your play, have you had anybody that you looked up to, or anybody famous that surprised you that was snuck into the audience, or maybe just showed you some love through social media? Has any of that happened yet?
After this, probably.
Okay. Like,
That was-
it's
what about
coming.
me? What about me
It's
reaching
com-
out?
Peter.
Right.
I love Peter hit me up random in such a way that I was like, he didn't forget me. I was just like, so
Well, you
happy.
want to know what happened?
What happened?
True story was yesterday, and I thought about you a couple times, but then yesterday I was going through, I was like, damn, why do I follow 1,200 people on Twitter? I need to unfollow some people. So I started going through who I follow, and I saw Jordan, and I was like, oh, I need to drop him a DM and see what's going on.
Right.
So he was on the opposite. Like I went through the list of who I should unfollow.
And you're like, definitely not.
I was like, I'm not
unfollowing.
unfollowing him. I want to see what the hell's going on with this guy. So if you're not super into politics, what are sort of the things that get your goat that you spend the most time talking about that interest you the most? Take us through the Jordan Temple life a little bit.
I talk about I have a joke about Randy Newman that I do.
A joke about Randy Newman.
Yeah,
The
singer.
who does movies.
Yes,
a lot of
he's
movies.
very strange. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Randy Newman. I have a joke about that. I mean, in a way, I do talk about politics, but like I said, the politics start from me. You know what I mean? Just me being a young black dude in New York City, born and raised, single mom, all that 21 Savage, youth BS,
Right.
Around roaches my whole life. I'm gonna talk about roaches.
Right. Lots of roach talk.
A lot of roach talk.
What do you say about roaches? Because we've been having a lot of roach
yes,
conversation here. Because I have a brand new beautiful apartment I'm very proud of, and the second it got hot last week, I found 2 roaches in my bathroom, and I'm not really pleased about this.
He had a whole one-on-one standoff. With
I
him.
had a standoff, and then right after I got one, I come back, another one. The worst use of another one ever in history. I was like, another one. This is not what I want. Yeah. So where do you stand on roaches? Maybe you're pro roach. I don't want to judge you.
Not pro roach. I don't even know who Papa Roach is. And
Very good
I
point.
don't think I like him either.
No, by the way, you wouldn't.
No. Anything with roach in the name, I don't really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, very anti-roach. Pro-choice, anti-roach.
It's a strong stance.
I know.
Really strong political stance from you. I knew I could count on stuff like that. How do you feel about, now you're 28, so you're sort of in between the old school head and the new school head.
Right.
So where do you give us some hip hop. Where do you stand on the, I mean, listen, you know what? I like getting to ask you this because it's the question I have to get every day of my life.
Right.
How do you feel about hip hop nowadays?
I think it's in a really good place. I mean, I was listening to Black on Both Sides the other day, and I love when most stuff is just like, people always asking me, where's hip hop going? Like, hip hop is going where the people are going. How do people get better? And you know what I mean? Like,
That's such a great point. That little intro to that song, it is exactly right.
So you listen to
I'll
Lil
never
Mos
forget
Def,
that.
but then you mentioned 21 Savage. So every now and then you'd be like, all right, let me hear a little Playboy Cardi, a little 21.
I don't like Playboy, but I definitely like 21. And
You're sleeping on Playboy Cardi. His album's pretty good.
yeah, I mean,
It's
I like,
different vibe than 21.
What is it about
I like
21 Savage that
Smino.
you like?
Just the savagery, the 21 and the savage. Those things together.
It's both.
Yeah.
It was
The
both.
combination.
21.
The best rapper out to me right now, at least my favorite. I don't even think a bias, but Freddie Gibbs is so underrated. It's really sad.
Bro.
He's the best rapper out right now.
I'm excited for Gibbs' new album, which I think is done. And I'm excited to reveal right now, Laura Styles, I will tell you. So my brother hits me one day, and my brother's worked with Freddie on a project or two. He's a lawyer. And I forget what he did with Freddie, but he worked something on him. And my brother was like, yo, I heard a Madlib beat CD, and they sampled your voice to me. He was like, Madlib sampled your voice.
What?
And I was like, what? Madlib sampled my cop rant when I was yelling about the police.
Right.
Madlib sampled it.
Wow.
And put like the fucking police sirens under. It's like some crazy police, like, whoa, shit. I heard it like for a second, and I talked to Gibbs the other day, and he said, made the album.
What?
So I'm official.
Wow.
I'm finally official.
Wow, that's
lit.
official too.
Yeah, 37 years old. I've been sampled by Madlib on a record, so it happened now. It's official.
Damn.
But I agree with you. I think it's a great call on Freddie. I think he's fucking amazing. Pinata's amazing. And then the fact that he has Madlib at his disposal, like as his I mean, Madlib's damn near his DJ Premier to his guru right now. Like, that's pretty good. Well, what do you think of, ask the obvious question. What do you think of Kendrick Lamar, Damn?
Oh, my God. I knew this was going there.
What are your thoughts, Jordan?
Oh, it's great. His last album, actually, Damn, dropped when I had the 3rd Hidden Fences show.
Okay.
So April 14th, it was Damn, and it was Hidden Fences.
That's what everyone's talking about. I noticed that.
Yeah, people know.
Yeah, no, they knew. They knew. Like, most people talk about Damn, but a lot of people are like, but what about the Hidden Fences?
Hidden
though?
Fences,
Don't sleep.
But it was a perfect combination of all the emotions I have been feeling. Just creating something, I feel like that goes above the bar, and then taking a lot of those frustrations and making it like completely accessible to people as well. Like kind of there's like a torment there that I love about Kendrick as an artist, where he just doesn't leave anything on the table. And I love that love song.
That's awesome.
The falsetto hits, and I just started hugging myself.
Yeah, no, I've hugged myself during it as well. I think it's, what is the ultimate goal for you from a comedic standpoint? Like, did you have a childhood set goal? Like, I want to be on Saturday Night Live, or I want to have a stand-up special, or what's the thing?
Definitely get a writing job. Like I did a packet for the Robin Thede new show, The Rundown with Robin Thede. And,
is that the Chris Rock produced vehicle?
Yes, the BET one. I would love to write for that show. Not even going to be shy about it.
You shouldn't be. Put it out there.
Who did you give it to?
You know Chris Rock loves our show.
He's a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he watches the YouTube videos.
No, he
though.
listens to it while he's driving. He told
He
us
said
that.
he listens to he's driving.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you sent in a writing sample for that.
Yes. I sent in a writing, my resume as well as a packet. And I hope I.
So you don't. So your aspirations are only semi in front of the microphone. Like, you like the idea of writing too.
Oh, I love to write. I'm also working on the next steps of bringing Hidden Fences to TV. So I've written like different like other mashups that could exist in that world of Hidden Fences, but with a different name for the show. And
so can you give us any more?
The Color Urkel. What else I got? Diary of a Mad Black Friday.
That is genius.
What was it? Coming to America, a Slave for 12 Years.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And Martin X. And there's another.
Wait, how does
one.
Martin X work?
Martin X is Martin from Martin, and he's a revolutionary DJ who's coming off a 10-year bid, and that's Martin
Pretty
X.
good.
So you realize that when people hear Martin X, they assume it's about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yes.
But it's about Martin.
about Martin.
The DJ, and not even the
Yes.
comedian.
Yeah.
Specifically the DJ that he played.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about The Color Urkel?
The Color Urkel is the story of Color Purple, but with Urkel and Stefan separated at birth and
Stefan.
forced to do experiments
Wow.
in their basement instead of going to school. Separated at birth, twins separated at birth, and then them trying to do experiments to reunite.
Wow.
Yeah.
And lastly, this one sounds powerful. The Diary of a Mad Black Friday.
Yes. Diary of a Mad Black Friday is Medea is a drug dealer who has her weed stash smoked by Greg and Ted. I just renamed them that.
Okay.
Greg and Ted, they smoked their stash, but she needs that money to she needs the money from the weed selling to buy stuff for her grandkids on Black Friday.
Wow.
And,
Wow. It all ties together.
And they're taking and it follows the schemes they have and stuff. So it's like, yeah. I have more I'm like working on.
Okay.
That's copyrighted,
tight.
by the way, if anybody.
Don't even try it.
That's tight.
All right, Jordan, where can people follow you, see what you're about, and get involved with what the Jordan
and get some tickets, man.
Temple
Buy
movement
some
is in?
tickets.
Yeah, you can follow the Hidden Fences page on Facebook, and you can get tickets on the Knitting Factory page.
So there are still some left to this last one?
Yeah,
Okay.
there are about 80 pre-sales right now.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure we're gonna sell out.
All right, cool.
And you can also look for me on Twitter at Jordy Ploy at JordyDyPloy Ploy. Jordy
And if
Ploy.
people type in Jordan Temple, most places they can find you?
Yeah, they can definitely find me. I mean, on Facebook. I'm a person. I'm a guy around
You're a regular
town.
person.
Yeah.
Do you consider, like, we always joke with Shawnee Culture that Shawnee Culture lives on Black Facebook. And like Shawnee's black Facebook, I have both because I have my family and friends from home, many of which are white, and exist on white Facebook. Then I have some black friends that just exist in middle everything Facebook. But then because of like kind of listeners, I'm also privy to black Facebook.
Right. See, I have 3. I have Latino Facebook,
Whoa,
which is next level.
Oh,
What are they doing on Latino
It's
Facebook?
just, it's craziness. Okay, it's craziness. So I get black Facebook, I get white Facebook. You're part
Yo,
of
did
that.
you speaking of Spanish
Latino
Facebook,
Facebook.
and I don't know if this would have made it there. Did you see the video of the Mexican people beating the shit out of the racist Russian dude in Mexico?
No.
Wow.
But
You
I
haven't
need to
seen
see
that?
it. I need to see it.
No, it would scare you.
The
You wouldn't have
the
liked
last one I saw was the white lady in Middle America and the really nice Spanish guy who was speaking Spanish to his mother, and she starts cursing him out, and he was so nice about it too, and I was like, wow,
Well,
he was just so nice. How can you be so nice when she's being a racist piece of shit?
Well, the weird thing, here's the weird thing about this story, and it was one of those stories that, like, you know how when the Daily News has a video of anything, they make it like the front page story, even if it's not really a big news story.
And it's a blurred shot. It
Exactly.
looks like Bigfoot.
Exactly. And they're like video shows, and you're like, why is this the biggest story in the Daily News? So yesterday, it was like in Cancun, you know, man nearly beaten to death, beaten to a coma. So you watch the video, and the video's fucking terrifying because it's all these people outside of a dude's house breaking the windows, screaming. And I don't understand Spanish that well, so you just hear screaming Spanish and breaking windows. And then they get the door open, and they're hitting the guy with lights. Like the lights are breaking on him. He's bleeding everywhere, right? They chase him out on his house. He ends up in a coma, right?
It's awful.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. And so you're filled with this emotion. And then you read about the fact that this guy for the last 3 years has been a Nazi on social media and saying the most horrible, evil things. And even did things like going up to little kids on the beach, and they would have their sandwiches, and he would just go and step on little kids' sandwiches and kick sand all over them. And then he called these people like some horrible word.
And what the fuck was he doing in Mexico then?
He lives there. He's a Russian immigrant to Mexico who's also a Nazi. So you have this really weird mixed feeling of like, I get scared seeing anyone get beaten by a mob. Like that's a scary thing to see. But then at the same time, you're like, well, but if I was to have to pick someone to get beaten savagely by a mob, it might be the Nazi who steps on little kids' sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's a very confusing feeling. You haven't seen this on Latino Facebook yet?
No. I gotta look it up.
Keep your eyes peeled to
I
that.
am.
That made me the most upset. You can't be stepping on little kid sandwiches.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was the part that I really felt was...
Yeah, man, that's what really got me.
Right, like the Nazi thing, okay, I get it. It's Facebook. You're just like, oh, I'm going to be a
Don't
little...
disrespect
I'm gonna
the
be a Nazi.
sandwich.
But no. Well, Laura, I was thinking about the children. You're thinking about the sandwiches.
Might be a panini, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Can't
Ladies
do
and
it.
gentlemen, his name is Jordan Temple. You can find him all over the internet and go see Hidden Fence June 1st at the Knitting Factory, even better. Jordan, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me.